Today, let's talk about commitment and consistency. Let's go. Hi there. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about commitment and consistency, and mostly about reselling, about your eBay store or whatever platform you're selling on, but that applies to all aspects of life. I will give you an example. In my life, I'm recommitting myself to this diet. Well, I'm trying not to call it that. I'm trying to call it a lifestyle. And the past several weeks, I have been eating whatever I wanted. And I've really noticed it changes me, not only physically, obviously I've gained weight, but the fact that I'm tired easier. I was falling asleep at like 9:30 last night. That's ridiculous. I get my 8 hours, 9 hours of sleep. No need for that. So back on Bright Lines eating, talked to you guys about a little bit before. The 4 bright lines are no sugar, no flour. You weigh all your quantities of everything. So it's by ounces. It's like 6 ounces of vegetables, 6 ounces of fruit, 4 ounces of protein. So yeah, you weigh and measure everything. And you're only allowed to eat 3 meals a day, no snacking. And I did it for 8 months straight. And I did lose about 25 pounds. Got off it, gained the weight back. But I'm trying to find a balance. I was reading a little bit today about a lady who was on that and she got off it. And I love the diet. The diet's great because, first of all, it's free. And I like the fact that it's, I know exactly what I can eat. And I have my scale, my measuring scale, diet scale. And so I just measure out everything. And it's very easy that way. It is a little time consuming because you have to commit to chopping your vegetables and your fruit and your protein and weighing it all out. That part I don't mind. I like the fact that it's once you got it down, it's pretty easy. And you can find Susan's books on Amazon, Bright Line Eating. She has a book that tells you all about the diet and about her journey and other people's journeys, like before and after pictures and their stories. She also has a cookbook. My sister is the one who got me into the diet. She has been very successful. She lost a bunch of weight. Her and her husband are both very thin now. They're not perfect. They have gained a little weight back. But, I was not there in my journey. I did it for 8 months and then I got off it. I'm back on it. But it kind of made me think about commitment. And, we all have to make commitments in our lives to something or someone. And I have committed to my reseller journey. I committed to be an eBay seller since 2001. So it's been 21 years. And that has been the longest commitment I've ever made. Well, I was married to my first husband for 23 years. But I'm not like real proud of that because he wasn't a great guy. And I should have left him long before I did. But anyway, I met the love of my life because I did wait. So I've committed to this reseller journey and I'm getting the sales. Things have slowed down. And I told you guys before that this is cyclical. I could be doing my 10 a day and it could still slow down. I've been doing about 5 to 7 a day. And I see the sales, but yeah, overall, in eBay, they tell you every 3 months what your sales are. And mine are way down compared to what they were. So try not to get down about that, but I'm still committed to the process, committed to sourcing, committed to taking photographs, committed to listing, researching the items, unless I automatically know what they're worth. Getting them out there, committed to putting best offer on all my listings. That's very important, especially nowadays. People don't want to spend the money they were spending. Not everybody, some people are. So you definitely want to put offers on all your listings. Yeah, just commit to that. Whether you're a new reseller or you think about reselling or just starting or have been doing it a while, if this is what you choose to do because you love it and you love the income and allows you the freedom to work from home, to set your hours, to be your own boss, all that good stuff, then be committed to it. I'm committed to it to the rest of my life. I'm never going to retire from it, because that's what I've committed to do. Now, my husband does have an income. It's scary when like a husband and wife quit their regular jobs to do reselling, but a lot of people are successful at that. I'm very thankful my husband has a so-called 9-to-5 job where he's bringing in a steady income for us, and then I could use this. I use eBay to pay bills, but it's mostly for like gas or groceries, that kind of thing. I'm happy to be doing it. I'm working from home. Now, I did decide to get a part-time job. That's a tough decision for me. It's just because eBay's been slow lately, and my husband's supposed to be getting commissions within a month or two, but because he doesn't have them yet, and I just thought it'd be nice to have some income coming in that's steady and I can count on. So I have an interview with a thrift store tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm sure I'll get the job. I'm very overqualified for it, but it's just working about 3 days a week, maybe 6.5 hours. I just want to work something between 15 and 20-ish hours. It's about maybe 5 miles from me, so 5 minutes from me, so it's quick, hop over there. And I'll probably be working with a lot of young people, it seems like. But one of the managers is going on maternity leave soon, so they definitely needed help. So this is different. I've not worked a job for a couple of years outside the home. I was an admin, has it been a year and a half, I think? And I was doing that and eBay. I will always do eBay, whether it's full-time or part-time. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to try it out. We'll see. I haven't gotten the job yet. I can wait to see if I get the job offer. Let you know how that goes, you guys. But that would be kind of cool to work in a thrift store because I could do my thrifting there and my sourcing there. So it's kind of an exciting thing. We'll see how that goes, and I'll let you know. But, I'm here in my office in Pendleton, Oregon. We did survive the roundup. That was crazy, especially Friday, Saturday. The parade, John couldn't even get to work because everything was closed off. He finally got there, but all the local businesses were closed for roundup. So that's just what they do here. The town pretty much closes down, except for like Walmart and restaurants. But the small local stores, they go enjoy Roundup, and that's fine. And we didn't do anything with having to do with Roundup. Didn't want to. Maybe next year. It is kind of a pain when you want to go anywhere. This town of 17,000 turns into like 80,000. It was crazy. No parking. I couldn't go to the Dollar Tree because their parking was taken up with Roundup people. And I could go to a grocery outlet and Walmart. That's about it. And but it is what it is, just a week out of the year. And I think they have some other event going on, but it's not as big. So, but we're happy to be here in Pendleton, Oregon. It's a cool medium town. We like it. Thrift stores are pretty good. I've hit them all. We have about 5, I believe, 5 or 6 small ones. Now, the one I'm going to be working at, it's called People Helping People. And it's just a local thrift store. It's really big though, and it's got I've thrifted there a few times now. Haven't filmed there. I'll film there if I get the job. Yeah, that's a pretty good thrift store. I really like it. We got some furniture there too. I got a desk there. I'll have to show you my new desk that I got there. And the other one I kind of like is Salvation Army. And the other ones are just small. There's like a community thrift store, a PAWS, P-A-W-S thrift store, and it has got like dog and cat food in it as well as other reselling items. I couldn't find much to resell. There was one that had a $5 bag sale, so I did stock up on clothes there. Not my favorite place to thrift here. My favorite places were the Portland, Oregon area and Boise, Idaho area. But, you know, those are big cities. So with big cities, you have more to choose from. We haven't been to the Goodwill in Hermiston yet. That's about 30 miles from here, 30 minutes from here. So we're going to be doing that soon. Next weekend, we're going to go back to visit back to the Beaverton, Oregon area and Mossy Rock, Washington to see my kids and my parents. We're just going to take a visit. And then about a week or two after that, we are going to clear out our storage room finally. So life is good. Life is busy. Had a really good weekend with my husband. He's really enjoying his job. So just wanted to kind of talk about this commitment thing and being consistent. And they go hand in hand with reselling. I'm not going to talk about relationships. But yeah, with reselling, not only do you have to commit to the process, but you have to be consistent. You can't just list one day and not list again for a week or a few days. And pick a number that you want to hit every day, whether that's 1 to 10 items or more that you want to list. Be consistent. And yeah, I'm not always consistent. And we are still kind of unpacking here. We have a storage room where we put a lot of stuff. And, you know, every other day I'm going there and bringing more stuff like books and pictures. We got a lot of pictures hung this week, and my husband got my bookshelf hung. I have not filled it out yet. That's what's kind of bare. I have a lot of books in here that it's mostly having to do with office. You know, like I have a thesaurus, a couple of thesaurus, Quirkology. I have not read this, but just things having to do with work or office or, you know, that kind of thing. My beach is my happy place. I don't know if you guys can see that. In a world where you can do anything, be kind. My beach, of course. I'm a beach girl. So this will get filled up eventually, but John hung this for me. Very happy to have it. This desk is very cool. It doesn't really have a place to put things, but I moved my other desk in the living room, and it's great. It keeps things small and concise. So, and I got some things on my table to be taking pictures. It's really warm in here. It's the warmest place in the house. It's really kind of cooled off. Well, it's gonna be like 70 today, 75, but happy to have it. My place is kind of organized chaos right now, but I have committed to list every day, and I listed about 7 things yesterday. I maybe got 1 sale today. I did get some things packed up from over the weekend. But yeah, if you guys decide this is what you want to do, you've got to commit to it. You got to be consistent. That's the only way it's going to work. If you're just half about it, that's not going to work. If it's a hobby, that's different. Hobbies are different. These are for people who just like to list whenever they feel like it. They get sales when they get sales. But if this is your career and this is your business, take it seriously. You know, I am not always the most consistent person, but with this I am. It's what I love and I've committed to do. So just kind of a bit of advice to you guys in case you've been kind of wishy-washy about reselling. If you're not sure about it, maybe you should take another look at whether you should be a reseller. Is there something else you'd rather be doing? Then do that. If you'd rather go back to your 9-to-5 job where you have a guaranteed income, great. This isn't for everybody. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who've started reselling and deciding they don't like it. And I've talked to people over the years when I'm out and about. I've told them I'm reselling. They're like, oh, I tried eBay. I just don't like it. Well, it's not for everybody. So, but if this is something you want to do, make the commitment and do it. It is so worth it. It's so rewarding. Yes, sometimes you come in contact with the weird people or the mean people or whatever. I feel like that's far and few between. Most of the people are very nice and they love that you can provide a service to them. It is a service. You're making sales, but you're giving the people opportunity to buy things from your store that in my case, they are gently used or new, and you're rehoming them in their homes. So that's another reason I love this business. It's so rewarding. It's not only is it providing income for me and my family, And it gives me a chance to work independently, set my own hours, my schedule, work from home, that kind of thing, take vacations when I want or take a day off when I want. It's also giving back. I love when I sell something to somebody that they really needed or wanted, or yeah, it's not like we're selling junk here or things people don't, well, sometimes they just buy things they want, not that they need, but I love when I list something and I think, somebody's going to love this and want this in their home. So that's another way of looking at it, you guys. It's not just selling your stuff and getting rid of your stuff. You are rehoming it in a place that somebody could really love and appreciate that item or really use it. A lot of things we sell is just for usefulness that they're going to use. So that's if you haven't looked at it that way, that is a great way to look at it, that what you are selling, you are helping people. Yes, they are paying you for it. It's not free, but it could really bless people. That's what I like to think about this. And, be careful about what you charge people. They're not overcharging them or undercharging them. That's where research comes into play, that it's very important to research and set your prices accordingly. But that's another reason why best offer is good, because then if somebody wants to offer you less, you have the opportunity to take the offer, decline the offer, or to counter offer. And that's what it's all about. And for me to find something I love for 21 years, that's a big deal. I've not had any other job that long. I think my longest job outside the home was like 3.5 years. I usually went from job to job. I've had a few jobs where I was there a year, but circumstantial things happen. Just over the course of my career, I'm almost 60 now, 59. So, and I'm never going to retire from eBay, but I'm pretty much done working the office world. Like I said, I'm going to hopefully be getting this job where I'm working 2 to 3 days at a thrift store. But I look at that as just to have some extra income. And, I could be a blessing to people. And I could teach them what I've learned, and they could teach me what I've learned, what they've learned. And it's a great learning process. And my husband's like, and you can make friends. You've been wanting friends. Well, he's my best friend. He's really the only friend I need, but, and God, but, yeah, it's always nice to make friends. So, I just kind of want to put that out there, you guys, and let you know that if reselling is something you're thinking about doing or have started doing, the commitment has to be there and the consistency has to be there. And like I said, if you're a hobby seller, no big deal. You could do that however you want to do it. But and then another thing I just thought about is consignment. I haven't really talked about that much. It's something I don't like to do, but some people don't mind it. It's if your friends or family or somebody wants you to sell their item on eBay, and then you do a split with them. Usually it's 50-50 or 40-60 or whatever, but where, let's say it was me, I would get a percentage and they would get a percentage, but I'm the one doing all the work. So I would need a big enough percentage. I tried to do that with a lady I worked with a few years ago. It was tough because at that time eBay was using PayPal, and I had to withdraw the money out of PayPal, which there's a fee for that, and get it to her because she didn't have a PayPal account. Nowadays it would work better because it goes straight into your bank account, and I could have Venmo'd that to her, or Zelle that over at her. But at the time with PayPal, it just wasn't going to work. So I just told her, she gave me a bunch of stuff. I did a couple things for her that sold. And I said, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not going to work. Plus, it could take a year or however long to sell that item, and you're watching it. And it's just, unless it's something highly collectible that's going to move instantly, like a cell phone or some kind of electronics or video game or video console, that's different. You might want to look into that. But if it's a collectible or clothing, that could sit for a while. So I don't recommend it. And there could be issues with, depending the person you're doing it with, Maybe they didn't think it would take that long, or maybe they wanted more, or who knows. I didn't like it. It doesn't work for me. That's up to you guys if you want to do consignment. But I would really think long and hard about it and decide if that's something you want to do. And plus, you're responsible for that person's item. So let's say it's a breakable and you broke it. I mean, oops, that's not a good thing. So yeah, I haven't really talked about consignment with you guys much, but I don't recommend it. But again, that's something you have to evaluate if you want to do and decide for yourself. All right, guys, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Hope this helps you. I know I haven't done a video in a while. Just was so busy last week. Was still moving stuff in here. Getting my listings going. Let me show you my desk real quick. All right, that's some of my solds. I was going to talk about that today, and I decided not to. So this is the desk I got for $15. Ooh, it's kind of a mess down there. But that's stuff I've taken pictures of, and I'm going to list. My cats like to get under there and lay under my trash. And so I just put my hard drive there, and I have just, you know, my plugs down there. And actually, it's usually not this bad up here. I'm going to move this stuff. But that's my Wi-Fi password. So this is how I have my two monitors. I have that on a stand, my keyboard. So I don't have much on here. It kind of keeps things clean. I put my phone up here, usually on that stand. Yeah, I like it. I just put some miscellaneous stuff down there. My TV, where I watch videos. Lately I've been watching all these other shows. Probably shouldn't watch. Watching this one called Dr. Death now, about a guy. Real life doctor that butchered people. It was terrible. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. Hope you enjoyed this content and you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.